That's it.
I know I prefer to be alone, really. I wouldn't mind living with my brother, you know, but otherwise I'd prefer to live alone.
Sometimes on Saturday morning I go to the pictures. Sometimes with my friends, sometimes with him. You don't. I do. You don't. I don't ever see you. You go to different pictures.
Have you got a girlfriend?
Nope.
Would you like to have a girlfriend?
Nope.
I thought that one would come up because when I was doing the other one, somebody said, "What do you think about girls?" And I said, "I don't answer questions like that." Is that the reason you're asking it? Yeah, I thought so. No, what do you want me to say? I don't know what to say.
Once Carolyn Tedford said she loved me. And I'm going to marry her when I grow up. I hate her. She's always getting bad-tempered and cross with me.
Is she?
Yeah. She says, "Neil Hughes, move your desk forward."
Perhaps I'm not mature enough yet to be interested.
So he loves Susan because Susan loves him. He loves Lindsay. Lindsay loves him. I don't love.
Have you got any boyfriends?
That's personal, isn't it? Don't know the way you come out with that. We shan't tell him, shall we?
What do you think about making this programme?
I just think it's just ridiculous. I don't see any point in doing it.
Why not?
What's the point of people sort of going into people's lives and saying, "Why do you like this and why don't you?" I don't see any point in it.
What's the point of the programme? It's the point of the programme is to reach a comparison. I don't think it is. Because we're not necessarily typical examples.
And I think that's what people seeing the programme might think.
Yes.
Falsely.
I mean, they tend to typecast us.
So everything we say, they'll think, oh, that's a typical result of the public school system.
Yes.
Well, in what way aren't you typical?
Well, I'm a bit more reactionary than most.
I don't know, none of the parties really seem to agree with me. But I think if I had voted, I'd have voted Labour.
I'd have voted Conservative.
I don't think I would have voted for any of them.
Conservatives.
The Conservatives will do the best for the country.
I think they're all as bad as each other, really.
Labour.
I don't really know.
I know what I wouldn't vote for.
In what way?
Labour.
Conservative.
Why?
Why? I just don't like Labour, I don't know. Because I don't really know very much about politics. It doesn't interest me, so never really bother.
I didn't agree with the Conservatives about what they were doing with the black people, you know, racial policy.
Jacqueline, what do you think about colour people? You said to me once that you like them, but what do you really think about them? Well, they're nice, they're just the same as us, really. But one thing, that it's only because their skin's brown and we're white. Sort of pinkish we are. Do you think of a purple person with red eyes, and yellow feet? And you can't really think about what they really look like. They're just the same as me, aren't they? I don't know anybody who's coloured. I don't want to know anybody who's coloured. Thank you very much.
I haven't got any against coloured people, but it wouldn't worry me if I never met one until the day I died.
Everybody's got to get used to knowing coloured people, and coloured people in turn have got to get used to being with white people. Because if either side doesn't work properly, then no side will work properly. People just got to mix in with everybody else.
I do think it's wrong that in a country like England, that there should be places where there are more coloured people than the white people.
Good old Enoch.
Well, personally, I've got nothing against coloured people. I think they're the same as anybody else. But it seems that there's lots of an argument about them because, well, as any foreigners really, that are taking up people's jobs in England.
I don't care what colour somebody is. Unless they're blue, and I think that would be pretty peculiar. But might find somebody yet. No, I don't care about colour.
Well, I think both black and whites are equal. As long as they're as well educated as each other.
What do you feel about racial discrimination?
It's rather vile.
Why?
Because so is any kind of discrimination. Of a basic nature that you can't change. I mean, if you're... I couldn't care less whether people are discriminated against because they're nasty or selfish or anything, but, I mean, one can't help one's colour. So.
Now, you're interested in politics and would like to be a politician. What kind of things would you change?
I wouldn't allow any strikes.
How would you do that?
I'd set up a tribunal where workers could apply for better wages, and this tribunal would have the final word, and if it said no wage rise, no wage rise.
It's a big problem. It requires a lot of discussion, I think. The workers do tend to take a few liberties as regards strikes.
Who do you think's to blame for strikes, the workers or the management?
Well, that's managing, probably, because...
Say the workers and probably get a load of letters or something like that.
It seems to me iniquitous that people should be paid when they're not doing any work, which is what the unions do.
I'm not commenting because Mum has been out on strike.
Yeah. So is mine.
It's very irresponsible because we all want more money, as much money as we can get. And what would happen if we all stopped working just because we wanted more money?
They want the money, why shouldn't they strike for it? I'm sure if you want extra money, you'll strike for it.
That's what but they're going to strike for it, right? They're going to get more money. Now, the school meals are going up, so that means they're going to strike again. They want more money, and it's just going to keep going and going and going.
Surely by crushing strikes, then in a way that's defeating a small part of democracy.
No, it's not, because they'd still have their... they'd still be able to ask for more money, but they wouldn't be able to strike for it, which, I mean, is so damaging.
It's still depriving them of their freedom to strike.
Well, so it's putting people in prison, depriving them of their freedom to go on killing people and stealing from people.
Anyway, who's going to do this? Because if they do it, they're not going to be voted into Parliament. So it's not worth it.
You can always decide on your policy once you're in.
What do they think about each other? And how would they act together? To find out, we invited them all to one big party and joined in.
If I say that I love you, and you know it's true, if you said that you love me, what would I do? I'll get you back if you let me. I'll change your mind when you see me. I'll always follow you.
Yes, but they were a bit too tough for my liking. So they hit me right in the back and I've still got a pain there. They're pushing. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. They're nuts. Just have to touch them. Well, some of them were rather dirty.
What do you think about
I played them with them quite naturally. I think they were rather nice, really.
What do you think about rich people?
Well, not much.
Tell me about them.
Well, they think they can do everything without you doing it as well. And they think just because they're rich, they have to have people like they have to do all their work and stuff. What would you do if you had lots of money? About me, £2. Me, Lindsay. I would help the poor. Yeah, because the poor, if you don't help them, they sort of die soon, wouldn't they? And every time we have a harvest,